In the icy expanse of the Arctic, where the sun barely pierces the perpetual twilight, a solitary figure lumbers across the frozen landscape. This is not just any bear. It is a polar bear, a majestic creature that embodies the raw power and beauty of nature. But as we draw closer, the sight that greets us is not one of grace and strength. Instead, we are confronted with a horrific wound, a grotesque testament to the harsh realities of survival in this unforgiving environment. The bear's once pristine white fur is marred by a gruesome infestation of barnacles, their hard calcified shells clinging to its skin like a nightmarish armor. This is not merely a wound. It is a battleground, a vivid illustration of nature's brutality and the often unseen consequences of life in the wild. Barnacles, those seemingly innocuous crustaceans that cling to rocks and ships, have found an unlikely host in this polar bear. Typically, barnacles attach themselves to hard surfaces, but in this case, they have taken advantage of the bear's thick skin, embedding themselves in a grotesque display of parasitism. As the bear swims through icy waters, these barnacles latch on, feeding off the nutrients in its skin and drawing blood, creating a festering wound that is both painful and debilitating. The bear's body, once a symbol of strength, is now a canvas of suffering, a stark reminder of the fragility of life in the Arctic. The infestation begins innocently enough. A few barnacles find their way onto the bear's skin, perhaps after a swim in contaminated waters or while resting on a rocky shore. But what starts as a minor annoyance quickly escalates into a full-blown invasion. The barnacles reproduce rapidly, their larvae drifting in the water until they find a suitable host. Once they latch on, they secrete a strong adhesion. In the vast, untamed wilderness, where the sun casts long shadows over the rolling plains, a bison roams, but not without a haunting secret. This majestic creature, a symbol of strength and resilience, bears a horrific wound, a gaping, festering hole, a gruesome testament to nature's darker side. As we draw closer, the sight is both shocking and grotesque. A hive of bees has taken residence within the bison's flesh. They're buzzing a sinister symphony of life and decay. The bison, once a proud giant of the plains, now stands as a living canvas of suffering, a stark reminder of the brutal realities of survival in the wild. The infestation begins innocently enough. A few curious bees, drawn by the warmth of the bison's body, find their way into a small cut or scrape. But what starts as a minor intrusion quickly spirals into a nightmare. The bees, relentless in their pursuit of a cozy home, burrow deeper, laying eggs and establishing a colony within the soft tissue. As the larvae hatch, they feast on the bison's flesh, creating a grotesque cycle of life and death. The buzzing grows louder, a cacophony of tiny wings and insatiable hunger, as the bison becomes a living hive. Its body a grotesque nursery for the next generation of bees. Their wound festers, oozing a putrid mixture of blood and pus, attracting even more insects and scavengers, each drawn to the scent of decay. In the heart of the African savanna, where the golden grass stretches endlessly under the scorching sun, the drama of survival unfolds in ways that can be both breathtaking and horrifying. Picture a helpless cheetah cub, its soft fur marred by a horrific wound, a gruesome reminder of a battle it never chose to fight. This young feline's troubled existence has taken a dark turn, transformed by an unlikely foe bees. As we delve into the depths of this shocking tale, we confront the grim realities of nature's relentless struggle for survival, a struggle that, in this instance, reveals the fragility of life in the wild. The fate of this cheetah cub took a sinister twist when it stumbled upon a beehive, likely in pursuit of small prey, or perhaps out of innocent curiosity. Such an encounter is a perilous misstep in a realm where instincts dictate survival. Unfortunately for this cub, the hive was teeming with defending worker bees, whose sole purpose is to protect their queen and the precious larvae they have worked diligently to nurture. Swarming collectively, the bees exhibit a remarkable and terrifying force, launching an all-out assault on any perceived threat. The cheetah cub, although agile and swift, found itself overwhelmed, not by claws or teeth, but by a pulsating mass of buzzing, stinging creatures. The immediate aftermath of this surprising altercation is gruesome. The cub's skin bears multiple angry welts, punctuated by inflamed, raw patches where bees have attacked in numbers too great to count. The yellow and black bodies of the once mighty defenders cling onto its vulnerable flesh, injecting venom that swells into grotesque blisters. Amidst the pain, the cub suffers not just physical torment, but also emotional despair. Its instinctual cries for help reverberate through the landscape, a haunting echo in the stillness of the savannah. This incident of bee aggression reveals an astonishing truth about nature. While most insects are dismissed as simple creatures, bees display complex social behaviors, exhibiting loyalty to their colony and a masterful means of communication. When threatened, they reproduce their distress pheromones, inciting an immediate and violent defense response from their fellow bees. What may seem like an insignificant canine incident is, in reality, a canvas painted with a rich tapestry of ecological interaction, a demonstration of nature's brutal intricacies. As we move deeper into this narrative, we cannot ignore the implications of such interactions. The cheetah cub struggle speaks volumes about the interconnectedness of all living beings. With every sting it endures, the cub, in the quiet stillness of a sun-drenched pasture, a chilling sight unfolds. A horse, majestic yet marred, stands with a wound that tells a tale of nature's darker side. This is not just any injury, it is a horrific beehive wound, a grotesque reminder of the relentless forces that govern the animal kingdom. As we draw closer, the sight becomes more disturbing. The horse's flank is a patchwork of angry red and swollen flesh, a gaping hole where a hive once thrived. The buzzing of bees fills the air, a sinister soundtrack to this macabre scene. These tiny creatures, often celebrated for their role in pollination and honey production, have turned into a nightmarish plague for this unsuspecting equine. The infestation is not merely a nuisance. It is a brutal assault. Lieutenant bees, driven by instinct to protect their home, have invaded the horse's body, laying waste to its skin and muscle. The wound is a festering mass, oozing with a mixture of blood and pus, a grotesque cocktail that would make even the most seasoned veterinarian shudder. Each sting, a tiny dagger, injects venom that causes excruciating pain and swelling, leaving the horse in a state of distress that is palpable. The buzzing intensifies, a cacophony of chaos as more bees swarm, drawn to the scent of injury and the promise of a vulnerable host. As we delve deeper into the science of this infestation, in the heart of the African savanna, where the sun blazes down and the air shimmers with heat, a scene unfolds that is both captivating and grotesque. Picture a towering giraffe, its long neck stretching towards the treetops, a symbol of grace and majesty. But as we draw closer, the beauty of this creature is marred by a horrific sight, a gaping wound, a festering hive of bees embedded in its flesh. This is not just a wound. It is a testament to the brutal realities of nature, a dark reminder of the delicate balance between life and death. The hive, a pulsating mass of activity, is a living organism in itself, teeming with thousands of bees, each one a tiny soldier defending its home. The sight is shocking, a visceral clash of beauty and horror that compels us to look deeper into the life of this unfortunate giraffe. As we delve into the details, we discover that the infestation is not merely a random occurrence, but a consequence of the giraffe's own actions. In its quest for sustenance, the giraffe may have inadvertently disturbed a bee colony while reaching for the sweet leaves of a nearby acacia tree. The bees, feeling threatened, retaliated with a vengeance, injecting venom into the giraffe's skin, creating a wound that is both painful and grotesque. The hive, now embedded in the giraffe's flesh, serves as a breeding ground for the bees, who continue to thrive in this unexpected environment. The wound is a grotesque spectacle, with honey oozing from the edges, attracting more insects, and creating a perfect storm of decay and life. The scientific implications of this infestation are profound. Bees, known for their crucial role in pollination, are also capable of causing significant harm when their colonies are threatened. The venom from their stings can lead to severe allergic reactions, and in this case, the giraffe's body is fighting a losing battle. The immune response is overwhelmed, and the wound becomes a breeding ground for bacteria, leading to necrosis and further complications. The giraffe, once a majestic creature roaming the savannah, is now a host to a hive of buzzing chaos, a living example of nature's brutality. As we observe this tragic scenario, we are reminded of the interconnectedness of all living beings. The giraffe, in its pursuit of food, has unwittingly become a victim of its environment. In the icy expanse of the Arctic, where the sun barely pierces the perpetual twilight, a solitary figure lumbers across the frozen landscape. This is not just any bear. It is a polar bear, a majestic creature that embodies the raw power and beauty of nature. But today, this bear carries a haunting secret, a horrific barnacle wound that tells a story of survival, suffering, and the relentless grip of nature's darker side. As we draw closer, the sight is both shocking and grotesque. The bear's once pristine white fur is marred by a grotesque patch of barnacles, their hard calcified shells jutting out like jagged teeth from a gaping wound. This is not merely a cosmetic blemish. It is a testament to the harsh realities of life in the Arctic, where the line between survival and suffering is perilously thin. Barnacles, those seemingly innocuous crustaceans that cling to the hulls of ships and the undersides of rocks, have found an unlikely host in this polar bear. Typically, barnacles attach themselves to hard surfaces, but in this case, they have taken a liking to the bear's skin, creating a grotesque infestation that is as fascinating as it is horrifying. The barnacles, with their feathery appendages, filter feed on microscopic organisms in the water, but their presence on the bear is anything but benign. As they burrow into the skin, they create painful lesions, exposing the bear to infections and further complications. The bear, once a symbol of strength, now bears the weight of this parasitic relationship, a living canvas of nature's cruelty. As we delve deeper into the biology of barnacles, we uncover a world that is both intricate and disturbing. These creatures are not just passive hitchhikers. They are opportunistic parasites that thrive on the misfortunes of others. When barnacles find a suitable host, they secrete a powerful adhesive that allows them to anchor themselves firmly in place. This process is not without consequence. The bear's immune system, designed to fend off threats in its